your dharma is also going to be material. Or if you have a spiritual angle and that's what you want to do, your business also will become spiritual. You have to decide. And you have to be honest with yourself.
How?
Try it.
Explain.
Try it.
You have to find out yourself.
Try it.
Somebody explaining you will never get it.
No. I mean, for example,
I don't want to bring this up again and again, but like a lot of times, like I gave an example of the guy named Bernie. He was my patient. And he had a big boil on the butt. So I saw him around during the daytime. He was not ready to be lanced, right? So I told him, I said, all right, take the antibiotics, you sit in the hot water, and if anything happens, call me. And I used to live in my office in Bloomfield House at that time. So I was at 11:30, he calls me. He says, Doc, it burst, it's all over. I said, all right, come back, we'll clean it up and no problem. So I did everything. He said, how much? I said, no, I charged you already. I can't charge you twice. So he said, what kind of doctor are you? I said, you are seeing the patient twice, but charging only once, and it's just not right. I don't feel good. He said, no, but I said, but that's my policy. I can't charge people twice in one day. I said, I'm sticking by the rule. I don't have any. So he says, okay, no problem. So the next thing I know, next week, his wife transferred the records. Then he had a son and a daughter. They transferred the records, and the daughter-in-law and the son-in-law. 6 people transferred the records to him. The guy moved to Florida. He must have sent about 35 patients to me. Sitting in Florida, oh, you coming from North Jersey? Go to Dr. Shah. He's a good doctor. So what I'm saying is, when your intention is focused on the money, you will have limitations in life. You will see one patient, make one patient's worth of money. When your focus is not on the money, you want to do what is right. It's like you call a plumber, and the plumber comes, before he comes, he says, listen, I charge $100 an hour. And you are desperate. I mean, the house is all flooded. What choice do you have? You say, okay, whatever, you just come. As soon as he comes, he's looking at the clock. It was hour and 10 minutes. You charge me, you pay me this, whatever. He says, okay. And he says, okay. So he leaves. Compared to that with another guy, he says, all right, I'll come. Oh, you are in trouble. Let me fix it up on this and that. And by the time he's leaving, he says, oh, there is a leaky faucet. This could be a problem down the road. Let me just fix it. It's going to take me 2 minutes. He doesn't even ask for anything extra money. Who are you going to call next? It's the spiritual where your desire, where your focus is not on the phala. The focus is on the karma. So karma ma phaleshu karachadam. So your eye is not on the results of your action. Then you have risen yourself to the spiritual level. And
even though it's harmful, right? The result may be harmful to you.
It may be harmful, but your focus was never on the goal anyway.
No, your intentions are not to immediate result, benefit, but
long
Yeah,
term.
but Chirag,
Internal peace is more important than the
Chirag,
result, whether it's money making or not.
Agree.
Because this happens a lot in my field. That's why I'm asking.
When you do what is right, is what will happen.
but that happens in every field, not only your
Any
field.
field,
Any
right,
field.
absolutely.
Yeah,
For
any-
example,
it
lawyer,
happens-
right? Lawyer gives the advice and that's it, done. I mean,
Right.
that advice can save millions of dollars.
Of course, right.
But
yeah, but I tell you, if you do this, you will be able to retain the good guys. There will be some people who want to take use of you and not call you next time.
Exactly.
He's not going. What he says is not a truth for everybody.
right.
There will be always people who want to take advantage of you. There are good people who want to stick with you.
I don't think so.
That's what it is.
Goodness, whoever does not stick will never had a
Yes,
goodness in their
yeah,
heart either. But that's
right.
fine too.
It's,
Yeah.
it's good to lose them.
Another example I always use is also
No, but in professions, some professions, like you are selling ideas, and then you are making money by getting paid hourly basis, for
Agree.
example.
No,
So
no.
you give the idea that can kill like a 10 hours of work can be done in 1 hour.
agree, but
So
no.
you are loser of 9 hours.
No,
right?
no, but that's not the point. The point what happens from that point onwards is not important to you. Points what's your state of mind. That's what
Correct.
matters.
State of mind.
State of mind is all that matters. I always give another example. He says, you waking up 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work, right? Then you get married. You hate to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, but you do it anyway. He says, I make some money and this and that. But now you get married, right? and then you have children. So now you're waking up 6 o'clock. He says, yeah, I hate it, but I'm going to do it because I want to take care of my family, my wife and my children, right? Now you're making shoes, for example, or whatever, or surgical knife, or whatever. So now your focus is broadening. Now you are giving yourself up for the benefit of your family. So now your intention is getting bigger. And now you keep doing the same work, and then all of a sudden you realize that this surgical knife will save somebody's life somewhere along the line. I don't know whose, but I want to make the best possible surgical knife that I can.
That's the goal, right?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
So you will wake up at not 6 o'clock, you will go at 5 o'clock. Now, in doing that, of course, you are the most wanted worker in the factory floor. No question about it. So you secure your job, even though you didn't care about it, but your heart was in the action itself, right? Of course, along with that, your wife and children will be taken care of, but you'll be producing the best surgical knives there is around. And it will be saving somebody's life. At the last minute, when the knife does not work, the person may be dead. I'm just giving an extreme example.
Right.
So, and we went through that in retreat, simple things, but the same thing like when he said, Rajneesh always gives an example that he was about the temple, that somebody were building a temple.
Right.
So one guy says, oh, I'm breaking the stones, don't you see?
Yeah.
And then another guy says, oh, I am making money for my family because I haven't, because otherwise they won't have anything to eat. And the third guy says, oh, I'm building a God's temple.
Yep.
So every single action you can do it at the
Leader
body
follower
level.
class.
You can, what's that?
Leader follower
Leader
class.
followers, yeah. You can do everything at the body level, or you can do at the mind level, or at the spiritual level. I'm vegan. Now, first I can think of it, oh, milk is bad for me because it gives me cholesterol. At the mind level, I say that, oh, that has all the hormones and this and that, and maybe it will harm me. I don't know, but I don't want to do it because it's... But at the spiritual level, I say, every time I don't drink, I'm saving some cow.
Yep.
A cow that I don't even know.
That's good.
So, at the higher you go, your vision broadens. And the broader the vision, more you closer you to Paramatma. And that's when the spirit is going into the material life. Because material life, there is nothing like material life or spiritual life. Matter is everything we know. But on the other hand, people sitting in the temple, they're trying to say, okay, how many people are going to give a donation? Oh, I have $1,000 check. Or is it tax deductible? Then I will give you. Otherwise, I won't give you. They even giving $1,000, they're asking for $400 back. What is it going to do for me? Is it going to give me some recognition?
Business.
How many people are going to know?
That's
Is my
the
name
business.
going to be... The whole religion is become business.
Psychological power.
I get a Jain digest all the time from the Jain temples. He says, oh, if you give this money, your name and your families will be given. And just look at the stupidity. Say, instead of, $1,000, if I get 25,000, your name will be given 4 times. It's crazy, right? It's like children's play. You're giving something to receive something. Where is the spirituality? There is tamas, rajas, and tapas. You are not learned the tapas level. Tamas is where you receive everything. You don't want to give anything back. Drinking beer, enjoying life, watching TV. I don't want to do anything. I want to enjoy my life. I won't give the name.
No, but you don't understand. They will say they are helping economy.
So that is tamas. Rajas.
Activity.
See, India has been in a tamas state. They want to enjoy, they don't want to do anything.
Absolute tamas.
Absolute tamas. But America taught everybody rajas. You do something,
True.
but then you receive
It's
something.
the other end.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You work, but you make money. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever amount of work you put in, you want that amount of money.
It's a fair return.
Fair return, but it's better than tamas.
Absolutely.
But tapas is the highest state when you want to do something, but you don't care about the return. And that's where yourself, your ego starts dying down. You see a blind man, you want to help him cross. You don't want any money, you just did it. That's the only time you get pleasure. That's the only time you get the pleasure. If I have a people in my office, and I get carried away a lot of times. I don't care. The waiting room may be full. But if I say that if this is a young couple who have just gotten married, the husband has a cholesterol through the roof. If I spend half an hour with this couple, they will have a new life with themselves, they will be possibly saving the lives of their children. If this guy dies with a heart attack at the age of 46, his wife will be crying and his children will be without father. And it has happened, believe me. I have had a patient, 46 years old guy. He was not really my patient, his parents were my patient. But had to have pizza every day, very obese, big house, big mortgage. He died overnight.
My
and they did autopsy. Yeah.
my partner is kids pediatrician,
Mhm.
31 years old.
31.
31 while eating dinner in front of his family.
Wow.
While eating dinner on the dinner table.
Yeah.
Believe that?
Exactly.
31-year-old,
So-
two daughters.
Exactly. So whether I will be looking at how many patients I can see in one day and then finish up and little more bank balance, or I spend time with them and all
But
the
then
pleasure
you're
that
not
I
a
get.
businessman.
What's that?
Then you are not a businessman.
It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
That's
So,
what people say.
higher purpose is always, and how much pleasure that you get at the end of the day is priceless.
No, but my concept was like, yeah, everything is fine. You feel bad by doing something which is not like according to your soul, but like you are hurting yourself in a professional way.
No, you're not. But you,
When the person
Financially you're hurting
it
yourself.
doesn't matter.
Temporarily.
Let me finish.
Temporarily.
Yeah, temporary. But in the long run, you never know because you don't care.
Yeah,
about
you
the-
never know.
Yeah,
True.
the growth.
But believe me, Krishna says, you perform every activity and offer it to me.
Yep.
I will take care of your yoga and kshema. You know what is yoga and kshema?
Yeah.
Okay. So yoga is all the
We'll come
efforts
back.
that we do to acquire anything, and kshema is all the efforts that you do to preserve what you have acquired. That's what everybody is doing. Everybody is kind of tied up in yoga and kshema, thinking that they are the one who are responsible for yoga and kshema. So their ego is at the highest level, but they never think about God. But Krishna says that if you associate yourself with me and keep me in the mind all the time, I'll take care of yoga and kshema. You will never have to worry about money.
Karma becomes karma yoga. That's what he says.
So I just gave a few examples, that's all. So I'm just saying, so when your business is in the mind, your dharma also becomes religion. And when your religion, true religion is in your mind, then your business becomes religion. So the life, as we know, there are no pleasures. Because we are attached to life, we have anxieties, we have greed, we have sufferings, we have depression. About all these things are making us suffer, and yet we keep on celebrating birthdays and celebrating this and celebrating that and all that. So he says, Rajneesh gives a beautiful example. He says, the way you are eating rotten fish, cover it with a ketchup, you know. It's like, I used to eat omelette long time ago, right? When I used to eat eggs, but I never liked the taste of omelette, right? So I would cover it with the butter and then tomato ketchup and everything. And he says, one day I said, what am I eating? I said, I'm literally eating tomato ketchup. He said, without enough. So we are hiding all these things. We're covering up the wounds with a band-aid and thinking the wound will disappear. It does not disappear. It's still there. Our dissatisfaction of the life is real. And hopefully, when we realize, when we really pay attention to, we focus on all the inadequacies of life, what the life has been doing to us, maybe there is a ray of hope that will start rising ourselves at the spiritual level. So the death is the biggest possible agent that can do this for you. If you really sit down and reflect upon yourself, someday in a quiet corner of your house, sit down and analyze the whole life, that whatever I'm running after, whatever I'm running away from, all this is going to come to an end. It has to come to an end because it's all finite. Finite things always come to an end, whether it's suffering or whether it's enjoyable. But death will bring an end to everything. What am I going to do then? So somewhere along the line, balance sheet has to be maintained of the life. That's when maybe the awakening will start. So the hopes people have, I want to do this and I want to do this. Rajni says only the stupid people have hopes in life, because hopes is what keeps them running. Hopes keeps them deviate from their present state of mind. They are not ready to accept whatever life has given them. They are hoping for this and hoping for that, and there is a constant run. The Western civilization is running on the future. They give you the hopes. you want this, and you want this lifestyle, and you want to improve upon yourself, and this and that. All that brainwash goes on. But we are worried what's going to happen if all that running around will go away. What will happen? What will be left behind? Nothing. And that's when the suffering comes.
They get bored.
Right. Once Rajneesh went to one of the places to give a lecture, and this guy had so much money, and he had filled up his whole house with so many things, TVs and radios, and this in the old days, and these chandeliers and that chandeliers, and in Rajneesh, they told him to stay in one of the rooms, and there is hardly any room to walk around. So Rajneesh says, do me a favor, take everything out. He says, everything? Why? These are the best possible things I have brought from all over the corners of the world, and this is this and this is. He says, Rajneesh says, do me a favor, take everything out. He says, everything? So as he was taking everything away, literally the guy was ready to cry. He says, you don't even appreciate this? You don't even appreciate this? And how about TV? At least watch. He says, no, take everything out. And once everything is taken out, that emptiness also is beautiful.
Space, yeah.
The space. Make the space in your mind. Get rid of all the objects. What have they done for you so far? Nothing. And yet we are worried. We have one dressing table, right? My wife likes to keep everything on it, right? So one day a cleaning lady comes, and I told her, she was a police lady, I said, take care of everything. When I do that, obviously I'm in trouble. So I told my cleaning
Same
lady.
everywhere.
Right, exactly. So I told my cleaning lady, she says, take everything away. So as soon as my wife walks in, she said, what happened? What happened? They don't see the beauty of nice, clean
table.
The dressing table, so beautiful, looks clean and neat and clean. But they have to have these objects, For us, objects are everything. And that's why we're never at peace. That's why we never sleep at night. We are anxious, we're suffering. Why? We never question ourselves. The objects are the cause of our suffering. So when we get rid of the objects, there is nothing wrong. Whatever will be left will be filled with Paramatma. So we have to learn how to have empty mind. Mind is fullness. People says that I want to have quiet mind. It's an oxymoron. Quietness means thoughtlessness, means mind does not exist. So it's an oxymoron that when you're upset, when you're unbalanced mind, unbalancing itself is mind. When the mind disappears, the peace comes, the bliss comes in life.
They keep selling you that, you want peace of mind, buy this product, buy this product.
Yeah, exactly, right. Again, another
can never
promise.
get-
Another promise.
Baba killing good.
Exactly. So,
Main selling point.
what is happening is we have spirit, we have life energy, but we are wasting that energy for the material world. It's like horse behind the chariot. The horse is pushing the chariot forward. The chariot is not being driven by the spirit. The spirit is pushing. So our Gita is different. Arjun, is in the place of Krishna, and Krishna is in the place of Arjun. It's wrong Gita we have. And when you go within, all of a sudden you will find there is so much pleasure. The pleasure is because there is no competition. Who is there to compete with you? You are just by yourself, and you have wide open space for yourself. As you go deep within, you start distancing yourself, and you have that all the infinite, imperishable space with you, and you just enjoy the bliss. There is nobody else, nobody to compete with. And after all, what are we giving behind? Well, we are leaving behind spouse, children, possessions. Are they real? They are not. They all are changing. Everybody's mind changes all the time. And yet we want this from our spouse, we want this from our children, we want this from... We expect so much from everybody else around it. After all, who are they? Are they your friends? Or they are your enemies? As far as I'm concerned, everybody is your enemy. Everyone is your enemy. It's just the friends have different ways. They have pleasant ways of asking from you. Everybody wants something from you. Nothing for nothing, I want your company. I want your pleasures. I want you to be with me because you are such and such. The moment you are not such and such, I don't want you. I used to hang out with different friends. And as soon as I don't do what they
No.
like,
That's
I'm
all.
not necessarily welcome there anymore. Because I don't drink, because I don't eat this, and because I don't...
You're not good company.
Yeah, I mean, you're not a good company anymore. So
You
friends,
don't comply with their expectations.
enemies also want something from you, but they want it forcibly. They have different ways of asking from you. Friends have different ways of asking. So in the name of friends, enemies are always around. So we don't realize that. So have we really known a true friendship which only gives? We don't know. A friendship always asks, a traditional friendship always asks something from you. But friendship that gives you, there was a beautiful example of a Buddhist monk. Once he was passing by in the town, and he saw a prostitute actually was passing by, and very beautiful girl. They call her Nagar Vadhu. Everybody desired her. All the kings and big noblemen and everybody wanted her. But somehow, somewhere along the line, she was in whatever mood. He says, I will choose you to be my company today. So come with me. So the Buddhist monk said, I don't think I need you today. I will pass that chance. And right now, there are a lot of people need you. So you better go back and fulfill their desires. He says, when you need me, or no, on the contrary, he says, when you need me, I will be available. But right now, there are a lot of other people need you, so you better go there. He says, I need you. I'm offering you something that is desired by thousands of people, and you're refusing? So he says, yes, I'm refusing. I have no need for it. So went on, the story goes on for several months, several years, and then things happened that would happen. She contracted some disease, ended up with a leprosy, and leprosy was an outcast. Everybody rejected her. She was outcast. Nobody would pay attention to her. She was begging from door to door, looking for food, looking for water even. Nobody would feed her, thinking that they will get something from her. Once she was totally crying and sitting in a corner, somebody puts his hand. The Buddhist monk came back. He says, do you need any help? I'm here to help you. So she said, oh, who are you? He says, I'm the same monk who refused you many years back. So she says, I'm sorry, I can't be of any help to you. So the monk says, there was a friendship that you know, and there is a friendship that I know. My friendship only gives. Whatever you need, let me know. I'll give it to you. These are rare friendships. That does not exist in the society. So what we rely on, what we build our empires on, is also fake. It's crumbling all the time. But our mind keeps on going after all these things all the time. It never goes on to Paramatma. That's why we said, Sayana Kawa, Gande Gade Pari Baithega. Sayana is Kanai, very smart, business-minded, right? The crow has been known for conniving attitude. It always trying to look for something. And then it will know only to sit on a dirty donkey. He can sit on a dirty donkey. That's all he knows. He says, here where, oh, this is pus is there, this dirt is there. His mind will go only on the dirt. Right, exactly. So he will never sit on a beautiful horse. The horse is so beautiful, elegant looking, but he has no interest on it. So when we meditate, the mind keeps on running after dirty objects, dirty things, but never look at the divinity that is within us. And why? But that's the nature of the mind. Mind wants you to run. You don't have to hate mind. You have to learn how to observe the mind. You observe the mind and you see how crazy it is, how chanchal it is, how moving it is, and going in the wrong directions, which have taken you into troubles so many times, but it keeps on doing it anyway. So how much faith you can have on that mind?